Hi, my name is André and welcome at your guitar workshop. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at North by Mateus Asato. If you missed part 1, make sure to check out the video description and you'll find the link to the video there. Today, we're going to be finishing up on this song. In case you need the tablature, it's available on my Patreon page. Also for that, you can go to the video description and find the link there to my Patreon page. I think we're ready to just get started on the first parts. Here we go. All right, so what do? First of all, you start with G sharp minor add 9. Right? So that's middle finger in third of G, pointer finger in first of D, and ring finger in fourth of your E string. Ring finger goes with B string, middle finger with G, pointer finger with D, and thumb goes with your E string in this part. So what do? You play E, D, E, and then E, G, D, E, like this. Then what you do is you remove your middle finger, put your pinky in fourth of G, and move your pointer finger up to second position on that D string. So here we have E with G sharp in the bass. And there you play the following thing. So what do? First of all, when you start on that E with G sharp in the bass, you do a forward roll on E, D, and G. Then you play E, D. Then you move up a whole step to F sharp with A sharp in the bass. And there you play. So you play E and G together. Then you play D, E, and then ring finger plays high E string here. Right? So you got. Now here, we have a little bit of a rearrangement of the fingers. So ring finger now goes with G, middle finger with D, pointer finger with A, and thumb with your low E string. All right, and there you play this. So on the first chord, that's going to be B sus4. So that's pinky in 9 of G, ring finger in 9 of A, and pointer finger is in 7 of E. And you play E and G together, then you play A, E, and then you play G again, then A, E, like this. And then you remove your pinky and put your middle finger in 8th position of your G, and you play E and G again together. Then you play E, A, and then E and G again. And then you put your pinky on 9th of D and play that like this, right? So those first 4 bars together, 3, 4. All right, so now for the next 4 bars, I'll play them and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. All right, so how do you play that? The first chord is a little different. So instead of having your middle finger in 3rd of G, you have your pinky in 4th of G. Right? So it's a G sharp minor chord, not minor add 9. You do a forward roll. So E, D, and G. Then you play D, E, followed by D and G, like this. Then you play E, D, and then either just the G string or G and low E string. I know I've made a change later to what I transcribed, and I'm not sure if what I have in front of me right now, if that is still correct. So probably not. So what you do is you play a forward roll, then you play D, E, and then you play D and G together. So like this. Then you play E, D, G. Then you go to that E with G sharp on the bass, which is still the same. Then you move to F sharp with A sharp on the bass, and there you play this. So you play E and G together, then you play D with your pointer finger, and then E with your ring finger. So, okay? And then you go to that B sus4, which is still the same as in bar number 3. And then you get this part where you play the B chord, which is a forward roll on E, A, D, and G, right? You play E string, then you strum the chord, and then you play the bass note once more. So like this. Okay? So together, 3, 4. All right, so now for the next 4 bars, I'll play them first, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. All right, so what do you play? So you start off with an E major chord, having pointer finger in first of G and middle finger in second of D. What's important to know is that your pointer finger and middle finger are fretting a major third interval, right? So you start off with that, you play the bass note, then you move that interval up a whole step, like this, right? Then you change this to a minor third interval, so now pointer finger is in fourth and ring finger is in sixth of the D string, and you play that together with your low E, like this. So then you play the bass note once more, move up that minor third interval to sixth position, and then you play that major third interval again in eighth, like that. So you get. Then you slide down, but you sort of reshape pointer finger and middle finger to a minor third interval with pointer finger in sixth position here, and then sliding it back up to that major third interval, right? So you got. Play the bass once more, repeat. And then you play a fourth interval, and that is just by putting your pointer finger in sixth of G and middle finger in sixth of D, and then you drag it down until you go back to your E major shape, right? So then you play this. All right. So this is something like a C sharp 7 without the third in it. So you have your pointer finger in fourth. Did I say C sharp? Hopefully I did. C sharp 7. Pointer finger in fourth of A, ring finger in sixth of D, ring finger in sixth of G. First, with your pointer finger, you play the D string. Then thumb and ring finger play A and B. Middle finger plays G. And then pointer finger plays D, like this. Then you play B, G, D again. The next section is the E major section, and let me just play that for you. Here we go. So that's the first 4 bars of it. So how do you play that? You start off with E major 9. So we already covered that in video number 1. And what is good to know is that ring finger goes with B string, middle finger with G, pointer finger with D, and your thumb is going to be playing E and A strings. So you play E, B, and then you play A, D, and G. Like that. Then you make a hammer with your ring finger in third of that G string, and you play the B string once more with your ring finger, so like this. Then you place your middle finger on second position of your E string. You play E, then G, and then B. Then you leave your ring finger where it is, put your pointer finger in first of D and middle finger in second of A. And there you have a B major 7, right? So like this. Then you repeat that E major part. And then you go here. So what do you do? So you have basically a B major chord here, or a B major triad. So your pointer finger is in 7 of E, ring finger is in 8 of G, and middle finger is in 7 of your B string. Then you play D sharp major. So that is a spread triad here. So you have your pointer finger on 6th of A, ring finger in 8th of D, and pinky in 8th of B. Do a forward roll, thumb, pointer, ring finger. Then you put your ring finger on 8th of your G, you play it, and you slide down to 6th, so like this. And then you play 4th with your pointer finger, right? So that creates this sequence. Then we go to the next 3 bars, and that goes like this. All right, so what do? You start off with that E add 9 part, but we don't play the B string right after the E string, so it's like, right? Then this part, and then we go to this chord here, which is your G sharp major, G sharp minor add 9, which we did in the very first bar of this lesson, right? And you play E, G, D, B with thumb, middle, pointer, ring. Then put your pinky on that third position of that G string, pointer finger is still in first of D, and put your middle finger in second of your E string. Do the same picking pattern. All right, so thumb, middle, pointer, ring. Then remove your pointer finger and put it in first position of your E string, and also remove your middle finger. And you play. So that's still thumb, middle, pointer, ring, then thumb, middle, pointer, thumb. Right? So we have. And when it comes to the chords, so this was E major add 9, then we had G sharp minor add 9, then this one is G sharp minor add 9 with F in the bass, and then here we have a B diminished with F in the bass. All right, so now for the next couple of bars, I'll play them for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. So what do? So you start off with D6 with F sharp in the bass. So that's middle finger in second of G, pointer finger in second of E. Right? You play E, D, G, B with thumb, pointer, middle, ring. Then put your middle finger in third of your E string, and you play E and B together with thumb and middle finger, and then play open G like this. Then put your pointer finger in second, play open A, and middle finger plays that B string, followed by open G again, so like this. Then put your pointer finger in second of A and ring finger in third of B. And you play A and B together. And then play open G again. All right, so you get. Then you fret a D chord. And you play D and E together with thumb and ring finger. Make a hammer with your pinky in third. Make a pull off. And then make a pull off with your middle finger. Like this. Then you play with your middle finger B string. And then pointer finger plays G. Right? So you get. Then you go back to that D with F sharp in the bass, but this time it's an actual D chord, not D6. So you add your pinky in third of your B string. And you do E, D, G, B with thumb, pointer, middle, ring. And then you go to A with G in the bass. So you have your pointer finger as a bar in second position of D, G, and B. And your middle finger is in third position of your E string. And you play E, D, and G with ring finger and middle finger there. Then you play D string with your pointer finger. It's like. Then you just go to G, so you remove your pointer finger and you do the same thing. And that's it. So you got. And then we go to something that we played in the first video, which is. So this I don't have to explain, and then you get this part, right? Which is putting your pinky and your ring finger in fourth of E and B. Then you play it once more, and you make a pull off with your ring finger to second position of that B string, like that, right? And then either you make a pull off or you just play B string, right? And then you play first position of G, right? So. Then you play this again. And then here. And we already did that one as well. Then we get another part that we already did, which is this. But instead of playing now the open E string, we add our middle finger in fourth position of our A string, and we do it again. Right? So you play A and E, then B, G, and then D with your thumb. So like this. And you do that once more. Right? So you got. Then you repeat that sequence. So we know that from the first video, but then now we play this. Right? So what you do is you move your pointer finger, or your middle finger, sorry, to second position of your E string, and you play B, G, D with ring, middle, pointer, and then you play the bass. And then D, G, B. Right? So like this. Sorry? And then you get another repeat here. Right? Going to the C sharp. Then we repeat again. And now, instead of playing this one, you move all the way up to 9th with your pointer finger, 11th with your ring finger and pinky, and you plug those 3 strings, and then you drag them down to when your pointer finger is in second of D, right? So, and then you play G, B, E, right? The rest is the same. then you'll repeat that last part. And that's basically it. So once more, that last part. And maybe you even have this part. So you would have your pinky in 5. And then you repeat. And when you repeat that part, that's just playing this here. So pinky and ring finger in 4th of G and B, pointer finger in 2nd of D. And then you just play open A and E, then B, G, D, and then this part. And going to E add 9. That's it for today. Wishing you a great week or a great weekend, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.